So let's begin our practice by getting very comfortable. Allow the body to settle down. And now is a good time to adjust your position to find your fullest comfort that will get you to a state of minimum to zero desire to move. So of course, if there is a desire and it starts to urge you to shift position, first start and observe, and it might fade away. But again, if it comes back and it's really urging you to move, I would just like you to do that with a sense of awareness, to shift to a position where you can really find your stillness again. So allow the body to sink down into your mat, onto the earth. And allow the mind to settle as well. And now I invite you to bring your awareness to the areas of the body that is connecting with the earth. Observe those areas of the body that are touching your mat, that are touching your blanket. And just observe the sensations, welcoming every sensation in the body just as they are. And as you go along with this practice of Yoga Nidra, allow the body to sink deeper and deeper into this meditative, restful state where you are fully protected and safe within the boundaries of the practice. And you can feel as the earth is supporting you, how Mother Earth is embracing you and holding you with all that you are, with your full body weight from top to bottom, from body and soul, accepting you, loving you, embracing you just as you are. And you can shift your awareness to all the sounds that are surrounding us. And observe those sounds and really reaching out to those sounds with the sense of awareness. And allow them to come in and welcome all those sounds. Now shift your awareness to your breath, how your chest and your belly is rising and falling, how your inhales are getting longer, and how your exhales are getting deeper. And now imagine as if your breath is like the 4 seasons throughout this beautiful new year. With the inhale, just like spring, as the breath is entering the body, as if all the flowers start to bloom with the anticipation of the new beginning. And as the breath is filling up your lungs and reaching down all the way to your belly, it's as if we reached summertime with blazing sunshine, and everything is ripening and everything is swallowing up all the blazing sunshine. And at the top of summer, just observe those tiny little moments of stillness as the inhale turns to exhale, as the weather turns from summer to autumn, as the weather starts to colden, as the leaves starts to fall, and as the breath is leaving your body, cleaning and calming and moving out of your body. And as you reach the last couple sides of your breath, it's as if you're reaching winter time and it's really chilly, when the last leaves are falling off of the trees, where nature goes to sleep, similar to when your breath is leaving your body. But there's always that tiny moment as the exhale turns again to an inhale, when you have that anticipation of starting something completely new, a new chapter, a new breath, a new beginning. And welcoming in all the greatness, all the lovely things that this new chapter is bringing into our lives, with an open mind, with an open heart. So allow that breath to enter your body, reaching your springtime, allowing yourself to bloom, and to really nourish all those seeds that you planted, and marvel at the beauty of all the flowers that are getting out of the ground. As you reach the top of your inhale, allow that blazing sunshine, that hot summertime, to pet your cheeks. Allow that summer breeze to play with your hair. And allow that marvel, that miracle of that tiny moment as the inhale turns to an exhale. And as the days go slower, as the days grow shorter, and as all the colors return back to nature, all the leaves are playing in beautiful, wonderful colors. And as it turns to winter time at the end of your exhale, it again turns to something completely new, something bare and cold, but it does have the promise of a new beginning, some rest, and emptying out everything that is unneeded to create space for that new beginning. So allow that beauty to enter into your life as you inhale, and allow the magical moment to occur as your inhale turns to an exhale. And also marvel at the promises that those exhales bring. and that tiny second when the exhale turns to inhale. So observe your breath and imagine how every cycle of your breath is as if you were observing the 4 seasons of nature. As with one cycle of breath, you would be able to observe an entire year. Now move your awareness to the body again. And imagine that the body is as if we are lighting tiny little sparkling lights in a huge constellation of lights shining around each and every body part. So allow that shining, tiny, sparkling awareness to appear on the crown of your head, bringing that tiny light of awareness to the forehead between the 2 eyebrows. Tiny sparkling light appearing on your throat, moving down to the tiny hollow between the 2 collarbones. Shining sparkling light appearing on the right shoulder, moving down to the elbow, wrist. The tip of the right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Moving the awareness back from the inside of the wrist, elbow, shoulder, and arriving back to the hollow of the throat between the collarbones. Bringing the awareness to the left shoulder, moving down to the elbow, wrist, left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. And bringing the awareness back on the inside of the left wrist, elbow, shoulder, moving back to the hollow between the collarbones, and shining the light of awareness with a tiny sparkling light in the center of the chest underneath your breastbone. Shining the light of awareness underneath the left breast, moving back to the center of the breastbone, shining that tiny little sparkling light. Moving the light of awareness to your right breast, inside the right breast, underneath the ribs. And back to the middle of the chest, to the hollow right underneath your breastbone. Moving the awareness down to your navel and to your pubic bone, shining the awareness in the pelvic area. Moving that tiny little light to the right hip bone, going down to the right knee, ankle, right big thumb, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and little toe. And moving the awareness back to your ankle, knee, hip bone, getting back to the pubic bone, shining the light of awareness now to the left hip bone, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Moving up on the inside of your ankle, knee, hip, moving back to the pubic bone, shining the light of awareness to your belly button, moving all the way up to the breastbone, underneath the breastbone, in that center of your heart. Moving the awareness up to the hollow of your throat, at the base of your throat, between the two collarbones. Lighting the awareness all the way up to your third eye, between the eyebrows, in the middle of your forehead. And arriving back to the crown of your head. And now that we light up all the tiny parts of our body, imagine that all these tiny sparkling lights will start growing and growing, lighting up with the awareness that we call Yoga Nidra. And allow those stars to get more spacious. So as you observe them, allow them to sparkle brighter and brighter and growing more spacious. So you feel as if those lights are growing way beyond your body. And you feel as if your body is creating some base, some space for them. And now imagine that those lights are falling back onto your body and collecting all of them in the heart center. So all the tiny sparkling lights are crowding up in your heart center, just in the middle of your chest. And now again, allow those tiny sparkles to grow spacious and really move away from each other, growing bigger and lighter, and really creating a lot of light now. And allow those tiny sparkles to crumble back all the way to the heart center and crowd there. It's as if they're dimming in the light. It's as if all those tiny sparkles can fit just in the center of your chest. And now imagine if that spaciousness and if that crowding would exist all at the same time. How would that be? What would that feel to be spacious and all grounded and collected? How would that feel? Bringing your awareness back to your body, observing how the body is connected to the Mother Earth. And feel as if the body is really heavy, sinking all the way down to the floor, really sinking and melting into your mat. And your head is heavy and your bones are heavy. And it's as if your Mother Earth would be embracing and swallowing you. Your bones and your full body is really heavy. Now allow the body to be really light. It's as if you are completely weightless. You're so light that you would even float away. You feel as if your body has no weight whatsoever. You feel that your bones are light. Your skin feels as if it was the wings of a butterfly. It's so silky, so smooth, so light. And now again imagine that your full body is really heavy, sinking down deep into your mat. You really feel all the tiny spots where you're connecting to the earth, allowing the bones to pull you down to the embrace of the earth. And now again imagine that your body gets really light, as if you would be floating away. You're so weightless, you're so frail. Like a feather, there's no weight that you can sense in the body. And now try and imagine if your body would be very heavy and very light just at the same time. How would that feel? How would that feel to be completely sinking into the earth with heavy bones, but feeling the lightness as if you would be able to float away? How would that feel? What would that be? Now allow your awareness to return back to your heart center, imagining a tiny sparkling green light shining just above the middle of the chest, above your breastbone. And imagine that light starts to twinkle and turn over and over. And as you observe that tiny twinkling light, you can see that after a couple breaths, it's as if that light starts to grow bigger and lighter. Observe that sparkling tiny light as it grows bigger and bigger, and it's just as the size of your fist. It's shining brighter and brighter, and you can see that it's no longer a tiny little sparkling light, but it's a beautiful lotus flower shining in green with tiny closed petals. And it's twisting and twirling around the small stem at the bottom, so you can see it turning and turning. And as you shine your awareness onto this beautiful flower, you can observe how that beautiful little flower, with every single breath, will start to open out its petals, one after another, one after another. Every petals are slowly start to open out, and you can see that silky soft petals as they are shining with that green color of a beautiful flower. Observing how it turns around and how it opens up one petal after the other. So observe that flower as it shines just above the heart center, and marvel at the beauty of that flower. And really imagine how that flower could grow and shine and bring so much beauty into the world. And slowly start bringing your awareness back to your breath, observing the cooling sensation in the nostrils as every inhale of the breath, the air is entering your body, allowing your chest to expand and your belly to rise. And with every exhale, as the belly is falling and the chest is lowering, you can feel that warming sensation in the tip of your nostrils as the breath is leaving your body. And now, as this Yoga Nidra practice is coming to an end, allow the breath to deepen just a little bit, sending the breath down all the way below the belly button, allowing your belly to rise and fall and to expand to the fullest capacity. And as your consciousness returns back to your body, you can start doing some small and gentle movements, moving your toes and touching your fingertips one after the other to the thumb, touching your index finger to the thumb, and spreading the fingers out wide, and touching the middle finger to the thumb, and spreading the fingers out wide, touching the ring finger to the thumb, spreading the fingers wide. And now the little finger moves to the thumb, and spread the fingers out wide, really open out those fingers. And now make a very tight fist, really squeezing your fingers together. And now that this Yoga Nidra practice is complete, you can start to lift your arms above your head. You can stretch, you can take deep breaths, you can move as much as you would like to, and allow your body to adjust back to reality. And really be gentle with your body and allow it to adjust slowly and allow it to return back to our present moment without rush, without any expectations of getting somewhere or to doing something or to achieving anything. Just allow the body to settle back to our present moment, and when you want, you can move, you can turn onto your side. This Yoga Nidra practice is now complete. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your energy. Namaste.